Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's drive transmission line equation, guys. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is this. So I'm going to taking a smaller chunk or a smaller piece of that wire that consists of some resistance, some inductance, some conductance based on that resistance value, because don't forget conductance is 1 over R. It's not actually a physical quantity. It basically tells me that if I have low resistance, then I'll have high conductance, which we actually want in our conductor. And then I have some capacitor. Okay, the reason I'm writing it with respect to delta Z, because we're evaluating a small piece of wire that has a length, differential length of delta Z. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, if I were to look at this particular circuit, the first thing that I will observe, okay, so I'm giving some voltage value. Then I have a current which is I of Z, which is flowing through it. And then I also have voltage at some distance, voltage Z plus delta Z, and then some current IZ plus delta Z, right, with respect to that distance. Okay, the first thing I need to do when I look at this circuit is this. How am I going to solve it? The first thing that I'm going to do, the first thing that I encounter is actually a series. It's a combination of series and parallel circuit. So the first thing I'm going to do is a series circuit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply my KVL. KVL is the circuit that we normally use. KVL is the tool that we normally use when I have a series circuit. So my series circuit is actually this way. All right, for the sake of simplicity, this is what I like to do. So I would bring that plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, and so on. Okay, now the first step I'll do, that I like to take the sign where I'm landing at. So if I start walking in this direction, I'm going to take the sign where I land. Okay, you can either take this one, as long as you're consistent with the sign, you're perfectly fine. But I like to take the landing sign. So the first thing that I'm going to do when I start walking, when I land over here, the first thing I'll get is actually negative, because I'm taking the landing sign, R's of prime delta Z. What do I need to multiply to get VZ? Is I of Z. All right, guys. Also, one thing that I'm omitting is actually Z comma T. You will find it in literature. Just to make it simple, I'm just using delta Z in terms of delta Z. All right. So don't get confused if you see it somewhere that this is Z comma T. That's perfectly fine. Otherwise, it will make my equation quite messy. That's why I'm just using one variable. All right. Then when I walk here, I land over here. Now, when I think of inductor takes a change with respect to my current. It's a current device. So this is my landing sign, which is L delta Z. This is this, and it likes to take a change with respect to current. So it's going to be D over D I of Z. Do I see any more series component? No, because if I were to look at it, this is actually a parallel node. I cannot apply KVL here. You can also draw this circuit. I can also draw this circuit to make you understand something like this. I'm going to draw it here. R, we have L, we have some G value, and then we have some C value. All right. So I can also redraw it like this, because these two components are parallel. So I have R, and this guy is in parallel, in series. And then this, I'm not going through this because this is a parallel circuit. I'm just going to simply go to my voltage. So when I land here, this is going to be V of Z plus delta Z. Then when I come back to this, I need to take this, because all the voltages should add up, should equals to 0, including the source voltage. So this, when I land over here, this is going to be a positive V of Z should all equals to 0. I hope you're getting it, because I'm applying a KVL. KVL is going through this, and this voltage, and then ending up here. So I started off here. I started walking. This is a parallel component, so I'll skip that. I'll come back to my series component. I'll just simply add them, and when I add all of these voltages up, then I'll get 0, because voltage is split in series circuit. This is the first equation that I'll get. All right. Now let's look at the second equation. So this is, I'm going to use KCL here. KCL. So when I come up here, when I go, the current is splitting in two things. So first is going through this. Still, I'm going to take the landing sign, which is going to be negative G delta Z V of Z delta Z. All right. This is that voltage which is going to be across these. Current is splitting, voltage is remaining the same, minus C, while capacitance likes to take a change with respect to voltages, delta Z dV of Z dZ. All right, minus I have I of Z, the current that is coming out of here, I of Z delta Z, then the total current which is flowing through my circuit plus I of Z is equals to 0. Whole thing equals to 0. All right. So this is through KVL and this is through KCL. All right. Okay. So now let's do this. What do I need to do? What I'm going to do now, let's divide the whole thing. Let's divide this guy by 1 over delta Z. Divide this guy by 1 over delta Z. So the first equation I'll come up with R's of prime I of Z minus L of prime delta Z. Oh, sorry, this Z will cancel out, delta Z will cancel out, diz over dt minus Vz plus delta Z plus V of Z divided by delta Z is equals to 0. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. A negative G of prime V of Z delta Z minus C of prime dV of Z dZ minus I of Z plus delta Z plus I of Z delta Z. Now, here's the thing that I need to do. I'll take the limit as delta Z goes to 0. When I take this limit and when I look at this term parallel, what does it look like? What does this look like? When I take the limit for both of those conditions, when I take the limit, when I take the limit as delta Z approaches 0 and use this knowledge, what does it look like? What does it look like? It looks like a definition of a derivative. Okay, so here's the definition of derivative that you might find. Limit as h approaches 0 is equals to fx plus h minus f of x times h. So if you were to apply this definition over here, I can replace this whole thing with the derivative. So once I do that, this top equation would look like R of prime I of Z minus L of prime diz over dt. This whole thing with respect to as delta Z goes to 0, applying the derivative limits, derivative definition, this would change into minus dV Z over dz, this will change, equals to 0. This equation will change into this. Same thing, applying limit as delta Z goes to 0. So this will change to from negative G of prime V of Z minus C of prime dV Z over dz minus diz over dz is equals to 0. All right, I'll come up with these two equations. Then I can rewrite these two equations in terms of this. So I'm rewriting them. Let's take both of these guys and take them on this side. So the first equation would become negative dV z dz Then when I make this, this would become positive r of prime I of z minus L of prime di of z dz. The second equation, this would become something like this: negative diz over dz is equals to whole thing, taking it on the other side, g of prime v of z. Sorry, when I take this on the other side, this sign will change to positive. Positive c of prime dv of z dz. All right, I'll end up with these two equations. Now, what I'll do one more thing. Let's convert these equations into Phasor form, which means in frequency domain. And something I know about Phasor domain is this, that when I have d over dt in Phasor domain, I can replace this with j omega. All right, so based on this, the first equation would become d v of z dz. Let's change this with tilde. Tilde denotes that it's in Phasor form. Then I'm going to also have one thing is in common. I of z is common in both of them, so this would become r's of prime plus j omega L of prime, because di over dt, di over dt is being replaced with j omega. Once I replace it, and the thing that is common is actually I of z, so I can take this I of z out. And let's change this small letters into capital letters to denote this is indeed in Phasor form. The second definition would become something like this: I of z dz is equals to g of prime plus j omega c of prime times it by v of z. Okay, these are actually Telegrapher's equation for transmission line. We're going to manipulate this more and to see the other different forms and what can we do with these equations. So this is how you come up with a voltage equation, and you will come up with a current equation in both in time domain and in frequency domain. And if you recall it now, I think if you have seen my video on Maxwell equation, they look quite similar. So this is in time domain, this is in frequency domain. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.